safe flight. We have served.
Welcome to Cooperville.
Yeah, it's Monday. A happy Monday. Ruth, hello from Kentucky. Hello, you are from Kentucky. Hello, I am from the Dub. W. How is everybody doing? How was your Monday? Hopefully it was fantastic. Over the weekend was great as well. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. We're spicy. We're all dressed up and fancy today. Again, we're working on these camera angles. I know it's you're looking down at me from above, and I'm looking here when I should be looking here, but I don't particularly care. Seriously, though, hope you are well. It is a Victory Monday, if you are a Wisconsinite, which is always good. We like winning. Winning is the key to happiness. What else is it? Halloween week is here. Ooh. Everybody gets your costumes picked up. My costume is right over that way, that general direction. I can see it. Maybe you'll be able to see it from the other camera angle. You may not understand what it is, but it's over there. Let's check out the things. CoopervilleClothing.com, rocking that Nope hat today. See that? Or that's on there. That would be under hats, and it'd be right here. Oh, boom. I'm wearing that right now. You can be too at CoopervilleClothing.com. Latest drop, we got our Mandate This tee and long sleeve t-shirt. Maybe want to go with the long sleeve now that we're getting into some more fall type temperatures. I guess depending on where you're from. Ruth, what's it like in Kentucky? Is it balmy? We're rocking at 54 degrees right now. And it took all day to get here. We were in the 30s for the majority of it, but there you go. Yeah, you like it. You like it like that. Plenty of stuff. For the dudes, for the ladies. Kind of got it all. What are you into? We probably got you covered at CoopervilleClothing.com. Holiday sales coming soon. Stand by. Captain Coop's Beard Company. I know there's outrage. There's outrage because Captain's Quarters Beard Oil and Beard Balm are both sold out. We will amend that soon. But in the meantime, Beard Booty, Caribbean Cargo, still available. So make sure you grab it. Stock up before it's gone. C-Dubs in the house. Hello, Malaysia. Welcome to the show. So make sure you check that out if you are bearded, if you have a bearded person. I read a statistic on my radio show the other day that 2% of the country has already finished their Christmas shopping. Overachievers. That's not us. We have not done that yet. We have not even started. However, if you need to get started and you have somebody on your Christmas list that is a bearded feller or bearded lady, we don't discriminate around here. Check out CaptainCoops.com for your beard products. We got the gear, the No Beard, No Booty, Racerback, the hoodie, the tee, just the logo up front, Racerback, and gift cards are available for those who can't make a decision on their own. Might be a good one to stock up on the gift certificate, and then when Captain's Quarters is back in stock, you can fill your card appropriately. But that is all at CaptainCoops.com for your bearded pleasure. Which sounds weird. It sounds weird, but it's not. Your bearded pleasure. Yeah, we made it to through the weekend. It was a great weekend. We had Junior was up this weekend, so we did a whole bunch of fall stuff. That was rad. pumpkin patches and pumpkin carving and corn mazes. Everything fall, quintessential fall Wisconsin we did this weekend. Watched football with the fam on Sunday and took him back up home on yesterday as well. So good to have Junior down for a little bit. But it's back to the grind as we are, I am 7 days away from SEMA 2021, the largest automobile trade show, I believe. I know it's at least in the country, maybe the world. I'm going to say in the country. Las Vegas, Nevada. We're kicking things off next week, flying out on Monday, and the show starts on Tuesday and goes until Friday. So if you follow me on the socials, make sure you check that out because we're going to have a bunch of cool pictures from the event. Global. People from all over the globe will be there, and we'll be there as well. So that's super cool. That's next week. Live from SEMA 2021. But this was interesting. Have you seen this yet? This was this was an Amazon delivery driver. We'll get to the video here in just a bit. But this Amazon delivery driver apparently had some interesting cargo in the back of his vehicle. And not just your standard Amazon packages, which I know everybody gets excited for when they're dropped off at the door. You're like, ooh, what's this? Unless you do like drunk Amazoning, that's no good. Like when things show up with your name on them and you're like, I don't remember ordering anything. Oh, that's right. Fireball and Amazon don't mix. But this feller getting paid by Bezos. What do they make? I thought I set up here. It's like $39 an hour. $32 an hour to drive around and deliver packages all day. 401k, and you get to wear shorts to work. Yeah. And then you have these kind of perks. If you haven't seen this, enjoy. Amazon dude looks out and lets out a little lady friend. Thanks for playing. What was going on in the back of the van? Questions. I love he's like sneaking a peek. Like, is anybody looking? No, you're good. Nobody's watching. Like, at what point? Everybody should realize this. Live your life as if you are on camera at all times, because chances are there is a camera capturing what you're doing. Whether it's somebody in their house, whether it's a Ring doorbell, or other security cameras on buildings, apartments, houses, chances are wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're on camera. Like, find a different spot, dude. Like an alley, you know? Like, nothing about that is suspicious. Well, maybe she was just helping him sort packages. Perhaps. Or perhaps she was sorting a different type of package. How do you not know? How do you not know that there are cameras everywhere you are, everywhere you look? I don't understand. This is pretty cool. We'll see if they kick us off for playing this. But we're gonna go. We'll go full screen. See if we can get this in. Throw a little audio in here.
Welcome to your new home, Mr. Bad Husband.
Well, Laura, what do you
think? This is like every
Oh,
horror
John,
movie
We're going to
ever.
be so happy here.
From the writer of Unprecedented Happenings.
It's the perfect place for me to quit drinking, finish my novel, and really come to terms with that deer we hit on the way over.
And the tragic death of our son.
And the tragic death of our son. Jeez.
Comes a new kind of terror.
I can feel it, John. Something is very wrong here. We have to get out.
We can't afford to move, Laura. Do you have the slightest idea how much house prices have risen relative to income?
But surely the government will build affordable social housing.
Doctor, my wife's insane.
Based on true events.
I'm what you might call a paranormal investigator.
And actual people that you shouldn't Google.
The allegations about me will spoil the movie.
No, seriously.
Seriously.
Insalubrious.
John? John, what do you see? ghosts.
That's pretty good. Joe, what's up, buddy? Stop this madness. Stop this madness. How's it going, Joe? How was your weekend? Hopefully it was good. Pretty much every Halloween movie, all nicely rolled up into one. I like it. Feel good about it. This is kind of tragic news. In case you are a drinker, self-professed professional drinker, there's a shit ton of shortages going on right now. If you haven't noticed it yet, you're not paying attention. Whether it's the store shelves, whether you're in an industry that needs particular things. I know in the automotive industry, it's really tough to get certain parts. Mostly because of supply chains, because of the fact that there's like a record number of vessels in port outside of Los Angeles, just like anchored in the ocean, waiting to be unloaded and traveling to destinations where they need to be. One of the big shortages as we kind of approach Halloween, and then, of course, the Thanksgiving holiday rolls into us real quick, is there's going to be a turkey shortage. A nationwide turkey shortage. So if you see a turkey, preferably at the grocery store or, whatever you're into, grab that sumbitch. That is an essential item for Thanksgiving. But there is another type of shortage that is going to be plaguing us through the holiday season, and that is an alcohol shortage. Beer we're probably okay with. Beer is more of a distribution thing because a lot of it obviously is produced within the confines of the United States so we can get here. But if you're a boozer, there's going to be some things that may not be on shelves. Everything stems out of course, Southern California. They're already dealing with it because of the pandemic related blockages at the Port of Los Angeles, which I just talked about, and the Port of Long Beach, which I also talked about. 40% of all shipping containers pass through those two ports. Now, it may not necessarily be the alcohol itself, though there is a lot that's obviously imported. Glass bottles, I know, but they are. Trust me. Captain Coop's Beard Company, we get glass jars. I buy them out of Chicago, but guess what? They're not making them in Chicago. They are made for a much, much cheaper price overseas. They are shipped here, they are stored here, and then they are transported to their final destination. So we may have the booze, we just don't have the glass bottles to put it in. Now, I am not above like, hey, if I go down to the Jack Daniels distillery with some empties, like, hey, can you just top it off? I'll provide my own glass. But there will be shortages. Several stores in the Los Angeles area over the weekend reported 50 people at least waiting and lined up around the corner when they opened just to be the first to get their hand on whatever alcohol they could get on their hands on that day. Now, there could be some alcoholism problems there, but people are starting to become aware, like, wait a minute, if there's a shortage, you need to get your hands on stuff when you can get your hands on stuff. Booze, especially in time for the holidays. If you have to deal with family over the course of Thanksgiving or Christmas and you don't have any wild turkey, what are you going to do? Start distilling your own shit. So this is just like an advisory. If you're planning your holiday get-together, you're planning your stuff. We just started talking about Thanksgiving plans this last weekend. Touched on Christmas as well. I know, I don't like to look past Halloween, especially now. It's Nick's birthday. But if you are you're hosting or you're going to a place where your family is going to be, you may want to peruse the liquor aisle before the day before Thanksgiving. Stock up on a few things, the essentials, the necessities that you need to make it through the holidays. Maybe buy an extra. Like I said, beer we're probably be okay with. As long as you're not drinking imported stuff, you're probably okay. But when it comes to booze, the issue, like I said, may not necessarily be the liquor itself, but glass containers, tough to come by. I know. We've been in the process of expanding the Captain Coop's brand with some other products, and we're like, why is it so tough to get a hold of glass jars that we use to package our stuff? Why is it such a challenge? Oh, wait. It's going to be wild. By the way, December 18th is the deadline for companies that work with federal government to get employees vaccinated or lay them off. So government and vaccine-hesitant workers refuse to budge. That could lead to even more supply chain issues. Just saying. Let's go, Brandon. Can you imagine that? Now, there's going to be stuff. Your bottom shelf stuff probably be available. You know. The old, what was that? What was that? There was like a vodka. Bottom shelf vodka. That like everybody, not Svedka, because that was like middle shelf. There's some bad booze out there. And I get it. You can save a little money, even though those prices are going up. But you'll also have regret to deal with the next day. There's a reason it's on the bottom shelf. No, it all is this. It's not the same. It is not the same. I think people have seen this. Maybe they've seen this picture already. But we've all been on. Oh, you got to see that before you got to see it. We've all been on flights, on airline flights, and had to deal with shit that were like screaming children. You know, people dropping ass on the planes, people snoring next to you. Just grossness. You've had to deal with it. This one I hadn't seen before. Imagine you're behind this person. Now, that's a lot of damn hair. We won't get into the fact that it's probably not real hair. There's likely a lot of extension going on there. I mean, it's probably real hair, but you know what I'm saying. It ain't her real hair. And imagine you're sitting behind this lady on an airplane. Say it's a 3-hour flight. You know where you're supposed to put, they come around with the little snacks, you know, those little Bischoff crackers, cookies, maybe your Diet Coke, a glass of water, maybe your adult beverage if you're a true traveler. And you're like, I would like to put my tray down. The bitch's hair is all up in your tray. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, I bet I'm not here to judge, but I'm gonna. I bet they don't show this lady's face, but I can see that her knees are apparently up, so she's kind of curled. I'm guessing that she's likely an attractive woman. Probably doesn't have a lot of people tell her no. Therefore, she feels that she can just go ahead and flippity-flip that hair right over the back of her seat, and you, passenger behind him, have to deal with it the entire flight. One person on Twitter joked they would have gently opened their tray table and closed it with her hair inside. Like, that's pretty badass if you're about to land and you're like, and she tries to start fishing around and moving, maybe grabbing her carry-on that's under the seat in front of her. What the fuck are you doing? Sorry. It's my tray table. I was putting it in the upright and locked position. What does it matter with people? I mean, come on. Just feel like we have completely lost any sort of respect for one another. Just saying. Like I said, I'm guessing. I'm presuming she doesn't get told no a lot. That's just a guess. It's just a guess, people. What else is going on in the world? Of course, the big story from over the weekend was was the tragic accident. Alec Baldwin killed a cinematographer with a prop gun. There's obvious flashbacks here to the Brandon Lee story from The Crow from, how long has that been? 20-some years? I feel like I was in my teens, so 20 plus years. Last Thursday, Alec Baldwin accidentally killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins in New Mexico on the set of the Western movie called Rust with a prop gun when it misfired. The director was also injured. The gun was supposedly safe, but clearly not so much. A couple of updates from over the weekend. Alec posted a comment on social media, said, "There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding this tragic accident that took the life of Helena Hutchins, a wife, a mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours." He's fully cooperating with police to address how this tragedy occurred, and in touch with her husband, offering support to him and his family. Heart is broken for her husband, their son, and all who knew her. Makes sense. People magazine says Alec had breakfast with the husband, Matthew, and 9-year-old son, Andros, on Saturday morning in Santa Fe. Alec is canceling all of his upcoming other projects, sources saying he's looking to take some time to himself and recenter. Still unclear exactly how this happened. Local authorities say that the assistant director, David Halls, handed the gun to Alec moments before the shooting and said, quote, "cold gun." Cold gun means there are no cartridges, including blanks, inside the firearm. Hot gun indicates the weapon is loaded with cartridges, either live ammo or blank rounds. Reportedly, it did have live rounds in it, not just blanks. The assistant director has not commented. Probably safe to assume that he also didn't realize the gun was loaded. That said, the first assistant director is supposed to personally verify whether a weapon is hot or cold. Like, not to prejudge Hollywood, but how many people are actually, like, keen on a hot gun or a cold gun? Just saying. The director is expected to make a full recovery. He's already been released from the hospital, said he's gutted by the loss of friend and colleague. According to the LA Times, about a half a dozen members of the camera crew on Rust had walked out hours before the tragedy after protesting over working conditions on the set. Some issues were long hours and long commutes, but at least one person complained about gun safety on the set. That's, sorry you had to be looking at that lady's hair for that long. I apologize. I mean, tragic. A tragic accident, a tragic incident. Obviously, this will be one of those moments where Hollywood goes through a real fundamental change in how they do things, which happens anytime there's a tragedy on set, whether it's a stuntman getting injured or killed. And they always put in new guidelines, which is a good thing. But I guess it surprises me that at any point in time on any film, you would be using live ammunition. Maybe a scenario where you're filming for a shot where you have a through and through or a target practice or something, but apparently this shot was like he was pointed directly, the gun was pointed directly at the camera to get that shot, which in any instance, there should not be live ammunition in there. It's just a weird scenario. Tragic. Strange Tragic. Here's an interesting story for you. A man in Ireland tried to get revenge on his manager earlier this year by releasing rats at his work. I mean, I've heard people getting angry at their job and wanting to burn the place down. I mean, I didn't. I mean, I thought about it, but I didn't. 6 months in prison. He worked for the county government, been there for 23 years, had a falling out with his manager. Brought the rats into the office and set them free at night. When everyone arrived in the morning, there was rat crap all over the place. And the guy was ratted out by security footage, which showed him bringing them in. This, again, goes to prove there's cameras everywhere. You have a real hard time getting away with shit like this. The judge said it was a uniquely wicked act because of the effort put into finding, catching, and releasing the rats. So, I mean, A for effort. You know, F for execution. Yeah, maybe a D because you got the rats. Your mission was accomplished, but you forgot that your building that you worked in for 23 years had security cameras in them. Oops. Forgot about that. You ever tried to get revenge on a place that you formerly were employed? Maybe not directly, maybe not releasing rats into the building or trying to start it on fire. Don't do that. I always try to recommend like the opposite. Like if someone's like, hey, I would like to know about radio advertising. I'm like, well, here's not where to go. That's just me. That's the conniving part of me. What else is happening in the world? We watched that video last week of the veteran taking down the gas station robber. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Cool. Well, that will do it for our time here on a Monday. Thank you all for hanging out, tuning in. I really got to get this picture of this lady's hair. It's still on my left monitor, and it's really bothersome. I have to get on a plane in a week. It's all that's going to be in my mind is like, man, I swear, please don't put me by idiots. But it's, you know, it's travel, so there will be idiots. Idiots are aplenty, and they still travel. We're back with the show on Wednesday. Until then, have yourselves a great Monday night. Enjoy. Take care of one another. Hit the links. Follow along. All of the stuff.